Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. I'm Troy Ounce, the Silver Stacker. If you're new to silver stacking, you've probably heard of the term junk silver and wondered why anyone would call silver junk. In this video, I'm going to explain exactly what junk silver is, why it matters, and why many stackers, including myself, consider it one of the smartest forms of physical silver to own. What is junk silver? Well, junk silver is real U.S. currency that contains actual silver. You'll notice the currency today, it certainly doesn't have any silver whatsoever in it. But junk silver, it is real U.S. currency that contains actual silver. It refers to U.S. coins minted 1964 and earlier that contain 90% silver and are valued for their silver content, not their collectible value. The word junk doesn't mean worthless. It simply means the coin has no numismatic value, or rather premium. It's silver, plain and simple. Numismatics is simply the study or collection of coins, tokens, and paper money, and sometimes related objects such as metals. It's often referring to collectibles, which have a price going beyond their intrinsic value due to their rarity. That's not what I stack for the most part. I look for silver, the intrinsic value of a coin, round or bar. That's the silver itself. It's that essential, natural part of the coin consisting of silver. That's intrinsic. That's what I'm looking for. Now, the common types of junk silver, the most common that you might find are quarters, 1964 and earlier. Dimes, same thing, 1964 and earlier, Roosevelt and Mercury. Half dollars, Franklin and Walking Liberty. These are probably, in my opinion, the most common. There are others though. All of these are 90% silver. They're recognizable, they're easy to trade, and most importantly, they were once everyday money. People use this stuff every day. There are other forms of junk silver, like I said, that have less than 90% silver, but we're not going to get into that today. So, as I said, how much silver is in junk silver? Here's a simple rule beginners love. $1 face value of 90% junk silver contains about 0.715 ounces of pure silver. Did you hear that? $1 face value of 90% junk silver. What do I mean when I say $1 face value? Well, if you have coins 1964 and earlier, we know they have silver in them. If they're dimes, if they're quarters, half dollars. If you take any of the combination and add up to $1, that's dollar face value. When you look on the face of the coin, it will have a denomination. Okay, you simply add the denominations together and you get a total of $1 of that 90% silver. That one total dollar, whatever combination you come up with, if it's 4 quarters or 10 dimes or 2 half dollars, that $1 face value contains about 0.715 ounces of pure silver. So, $10 face value equals 7.15 ounces of silver. For example, if the spot value of silver is at $69 per troy ounce, you then have 493 $493.35 basically in dollar value today. That's $69 per troy ounce. That's what you'd have. Now, for instance, if you had $100 face value, okay, that equals approximately 71.5 ounces of silver. Are you seeing the math here? If the spot value of silver is still at $69 per troy ounce, I don't know why I picked 69, but I did. You have $4,933.50 in $100 face value of junk silver. Not sure if you're following the math. Re-listen to it. It's pretty simple. Once you get it, you get it. There's no guesswork. There's no mystery. Just simply remember 0.715 ounces of pure silver in $1 face value. Now, there are a few big reasons junk silver is so popular among stackers. Number one, it's fractional. It's perfect for small transactions or bartering, if you ever had to come to that point. Number two, it's recognizable. Most people in the world, I'd say, instantly recognize old U.S. silver coins. Well, U.S. coins in general. But we know, you and I now, 1964 and earlier, it's 90% silver. Number three, it has no counterparty risk. There's no promises, no paper, just metal. And it's the silver that we're interested in. That has the real value, the intrinsic value. And lastly, number four, it's historically proven money. These coins were used for decades as real currency. I mean, they are the real deal, the real thing. This is silver that worked in the past, and it still works today. Silver and gold weren't invented by governments. They weren't printed into existence. They were created, refined, and valued across civilizations for thousands of years. If anybody's familiar with the Bible, the King James Bible in particular, if you were to look at in the beginning of the Bible, the first book is called Genesis, the beginnings. Genesis 13:2, I quote, "And Abram was very rich in cattle, in silver, and in gold," end quote. Now, Genesis 13:2 had taken place about 4,000 years before Christ. So, what's my point about reading this Bible verse? My point is that silver and gold have been used as currency and wealth for thousands of years. And here's an example, Genesis 13:2, which is about 4,000 years ago. That's why many of us call silver and gold God's money, because they hold value naturally, not by decree, not because somebody said so, because it is valuable. Junk silver is a direct link to that history. Is junk silver good for beginners? Absolutely. If you're new to stacking, junk silver is affordable, it's easy to understand, it's easy to store, it's easy to trade. Can I say it's fun to collect? It's fun to look at, in my opinion. You don't need to be an expert to start. I want to leave you with some final thoughts. Remember, junk silver isn't junk at all. It's real money, It's tangible wealth, and it's a simple, proven way to start stacking silver. If you're just getting started, this is one of the best places to begin. You don't have to begin by spending hundreds of dollars. You can begin by simply a few dollars. Look around at your local coin stores. Get familiar with them. Look online dealers. Look at online dealers. Look at, I'm not affiliated with any of them. SD Bullion, Hero, JM, JM Bullion, I think it's called. Just look online. Scroll the pages. Take a look at the prices. Look at trade shows. Be careful. Don't get duped into buying something you shouldn't. But as you look around and get familiar with it, if you're a little skittish on buying something, become familiar, dip your feet in, so to speak. But know this, if you want to start, the easiest way to start is just getting the 90% silver. That is, again, half dollars, quarters, dimes, 1964 and earlier. You know, then that is silver. If this has helped you, please consider subscribing for more silver stacking content. And give me a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments, do you own any junk silver? Maybe there's somebody that's listening here that knows a lot, that's been stacking for a while. Please leave some tips. What am I missing? Did I give some wrong information? Let me know. We're all learning here. Okay. Thanks for watching. This is Troy Ounce, the Silver Stacker, and I'm out.